There's a short story by the Japanese author Yukio Mishima called Patriotism, in which a handsome young officer of the Imperial Japanese Army commits seppuku, harakiri, the ritual disemboweling. I was going to read it, but I don't really think that that's appropriate. I think you can imagine it's a messy business and very gory, and Mishima goes into graphic detail to describe it all. How do we accurately describe that experience without resorting to art? I don't mean how do we describe the acts, i.e. the slicing open and the bleeding and the everything sort of spilling out all over the place and the physiological things that took place. I don't mean that. We can do that, sort of. How do we describe what it was like from the lieutenant's point of view as he commits seppuku? The seminal line in the whole thing, the story is, so this was seppuku. In other words, now I am in the moment of committing seppuku. And it's an ultimately ecstatic experience, and Mishima tries to portray it as a heroic act. He eventually committed seppuku himself, so you can see how he would actually admire anyone who would do that. I don't really see how we could possibly experience or explain, or even try to explain, the multitudinous, mind-blowing series of experiences that the lieutenant went through before, during, and at the moment of death of that experience. The experience of ritual suicide for a matter of high principle. He did it on a point of principle, on a point of honor, that sort of thing. I'm not going to say that that's, the overt acts are right or wrong or anything like that, or the reasons behind it, but just what must it have been like to be him at that moment? We can't describe that without resorting to the arts. And even then, the arts go pretty short of the mark when you try to describe such things. Why am I making this point about the necessity of the arts? Well, without experience, you have no epistemology. The only evidence that we have for anything is our experience. If we throw experience down the sink, we throw epistemology down the sink. If you throw epistemology down the sink, it's hard to avoid thinking that you're now in a solipsistic situation. Okay, I think that may be fairly obvious, but are we to just pick and choose which experiences we're going to refer to? Are we just going to pick and choose which experiences are valid because we can just get two people to verify them? You can't get two people to verify what one of their experiences is like. I chose seppuku simply because it must be one of the most mind-shatteringly intense experience one can possibly have. And for good or evil, however you want to look at it. I don't see how scientifically we can come to grips with that. We require the arts, but we've developed the habit of thinking that if we can't describe it scientifically, it is not relevant. Scientism, in a way, blinds us. Once again, no experience, no epistemology, and who are we to rule out which experiences are the more valid? Thank you.